play this game, we are in 2024. Tell us, what has really changed in communication?
So in 2024, a lot of things have changed. All devices are completely connected to each other. It's an era of hyper-personalization. We are a whole lot dependent on algorithms because our decision making has been outsourced to algorithms. So you're talking about completely connected systems. I can predict to a fair degree what is it that a person is most likely to do, what are the devices that he's connected to, which means micro messaging comes into play. I should be able to talk to him on each of those devices, which is very contextual to what it was, which means context also has to have a definition. So a lot of things are changing, have changed in 2024. You're talking about completely connected, hyper-personalized micro messaging world that exists.
Are we still talking about digital?
I don't think there will be anything called digital anymore. So everything is digital. I don't think there are any touch points that exist which does not have a semblance of digital or technology embedded into what they are. And if there are any such touch points that exist, then they are probably running towards becoming redundant on their own. So I think it has become mainstream. There is nothing called digital anymore, and that's the reality.
Big data, Internet of Things, datafication, but also artificial intelligence. How, therefore, will change logic and processes?
So every data is being captured, right? Everything that you do probably is being captured in the form of a data. Either when you talk, when you make a call, when you transact, when you do shopping, everything is being captured in terms of data. So I have a lot of data at my disposal which can help me identify that this is a certain way, a certain construct in which Monica operates, for example, and this is how she would go about her life. Now, which means that whether it's cognitive computing, whether it's cognitive technology that gets embedded, whether it's artificial intelligence, etc., the wherewithal for going ahead and going down that path exists. In fact, we have already started that journey long time back. So if I have to give an example, so if I take you, for example, Monica, I know Monica to a large extent because I know the kind of consumption that she has and across various touch points that exist. Now, picture this, tomorrow I know for a fact that at a certain period in time, Monica goes for a shopping for her personal care products. Her other products that is essential to her, she goes for during a specific time. I know for a fact that when she goes with her family, she does shopping in a certain way. When she goes alone, there is a certain pattern in which she does shopping, and I have all that intelligence at my disposal. And we are connected to such an extent that, for example, you are at home, your food, everything has been kept in a refrigerator, which can also double up as a microwave, for example. It acts as a refrigerator to the time that you have defined, that if you're a person who has dinner at, say, 8 o'clock, till then it is in a refrigerator mode. What you have defined is the food that you will have for that evening. Automatically that section becomes a microwave and it gets heated up for you, and then the message that is sent to you. Your washing machine is so intelligent that it will tell you that I have exhausted my essential that is needed. Your shelf is smart, so every time you pick up a product from the shelf, it will pass a message saying that Monica has picked up so and so product. When you keep it back, it will check whether you have used it based on the weight of the product, and if you haven't used, it will again capture that as well. So at some stage, your shelf will also tell you that, hey, listen, you need to buy so and so product when you're going shopping next. All your devices are telling you that. Even your phone will tell you that it's about time you pay up your bills, so on and so forth. Every such data that you need is already being pushed to you. So next time when you walk into a multi-brand outlet to buy your regular monthly groceries or shopping or even otherwise, you already have been told the kind of things that you need by all your connected devices, which is your personal ecosystem. Right? So when you're going with your family, it will automatically guide you to the place that you normally do, because it knows a certain set pattern of the way you work or the way you go about shopping. And at the same time, there is also the information that gets pushed by the devices which tells you that maybe you have missed out on so and so product, so you need to buy those. So you can probably define that when you go in shopping next time, you're just activating all your devices to tell you what is it that you need to buy. So even your shopping list is automated and populated by all your devices. So in that case, what is advertising? If I have to talk to you and your friends and your connected extended family, etc., as long as I know that this is their personal ecosystem and each of these devices can be connected in certain way, if I push one messages through those devices, which can eventually reach you and your friends, I think I've done my job. But suddenly you're not talking about, doing campaigns or communication in a very passive way of doing that. That is dead. That is over. It is more about using intelligence. It's more about using connected devices. It's more about using everything and anything that I know I'm able to push data through. So.
But are we sure it will be better for effectiveness and efficiency?
I'm very sure that the effectiveness and efficiency will be very high. It will be much, much better than what it is right now, because I think somewhere we need to realize that we are talking about effectiveness and efficiency based on very high, rich quality of data that has been captured. And to a fair degree, I will be able to tell you that my communication that I've done, whether it is it's an ongoing communication or even a fresh mode of for a product launch, etc., whatever I've done, I can predict to a fair degree that this is what it will most likely achieve for you. There is a degree of unpredictability that exists. That is because we as humans, we are the most unpredictable by nature. Our emotional drivers, our emotional reasons can never be captured by data. You might be completely cheesed off with a product that you have used, and you've suddenly decided that I'm going to switch to something else. Data can never tell what is the product that you have picked up. When you pick it up, that's when the journey for that product will start all over again. So you'll again be tracked basis that. Data will be built to tell that, okay, now she started liking this product much more, she's using it much more, so maybe she'll stick on to it for that. It might just happen that over due course, I might just realize that Monica shifts one product every year or every 2 years, she shifts to some other brand within the same category. That I might be able to tell that as well. But the degree of unpredictability will always exist, but the efficiency and effectiveness will be far more than what it is right now.
So, what's about creativity and disruption?
Creativity, disruption in that with this kind of ecosystem will be far superior. You will see a whole lot of different levels of magic that will exist. One thing is for sure, that the passive way of communicating is dead, even in terms of creativity. You have to use certain technology embedded into it for sure. In fact, it will be almost standard to do that. What you expect your creative idea to deliver will be more engagement, more magic, more people talking about it, so on and so forth. But the way it goes about doing that will be completely different. Now, creativity, for example, even in today's day and age, you can really never tell what is creative and what is not creative. There is always that gut feeling, right? You go with that gut feel that probably this will work. Now, in this case, what it will do is the data will eliminate the things that you should never do. But the degree of unpredictability that exists, that is where the whole magic gets created, and that is always going to be driven by gut feel. I've always been a firm believer that data can only tell you so much, but beyond that, it is your logic, it is your gut feel, it is your understanding of what that data is trying to tell you, and then what is at your disposal, you use that to come up with that can break certain norms, that can again push the barriers and make completely different. I don't think that will ever go out of advertising at all. So data will add to everything that you do. Data will add a lot more intelligence to that, but it can never counter the gut feel and the creative flash that comes out of our brain when we are thinking of ideas, products, and campaigns. I don't think that's ever going to go away.
What's the role the media agency has to play in this new world?
I think what is going to happen is you'll go back to the old ways of communication. I have a strong feeling that creative and media will come together. It is going to be one consolidated way of looking at communication. And every idea is a media, and every media will become an idea. So that is because you're so much, like I said, you're so much dependent on lots of algorithms and data that exists, that even when you're thinking of a creative idea, you have to think of how many different devices that I can reach out to, what is it that I'm going to tell, how are these different connected silos that exist, how am I going to penetrate each of those. And a lot will depend on data, science, a way of reaching that out, maybe a lot of technology that can help you reach out to all those connected devices in a mass way, and idea is also part and parcel of that. So, like I said, passiveness is going to be obsolete. Passiveness in terms of doing media, okay, this is what the audience is doing. I've got a fair bit of understanding that this age group does so and so. I think that is all going to go away because you will be probably sitting on extreme level of intelligence in terms of data. So what you're going to come up with as a media professional as well could be just creative by nature. You can never predict what is creative and what is media at that stage.
Speaking about India, okay, we can bet the Indian Silicon Valley could be the best in the world in 2024.
I hope so. That really happens. And if you look at over the last half a century or so, the reason why certain markets flourished, certain innovations, etc., happened because the atmosphere encouraged entrepreneurship. It encouraged big ideas. It was open to failure. And we are seeing that change happening in India as well. Today we are far more entrepreneur by nature. We are willing to fail. We are willing to experiment. And with all due respect to history as well, ancient India was known to be a place of innovation and entrepreneurship. A lot of innovations have come out of India. And I hope that resurgent India will also be equally, in the limelight for innovations and so on and so forth. So I have a strong feeling that we'll surely get there by 2024.
What's your dream in the draw?
So I hope, that I'm connected to this whole journey in some way. I hope I'm responsible for maybe creating some of those ecosystems that whole lot of people are dependent on. I hope I'm connected in some way that I can influence many of these ecosystems and yet be able to talk to a lot of consumers. So the challenge would be how much I'm up to speed with what is happening, how much I can be in line with the changing times. And in 2024 and 2017 itself, we are struggling to keep pace with the changes that's happening. 2024 is going to be even more crazier. And I hope I remain that crazy to be still be connected with the industry in that way.